Yo, it's Funk Doc. Back with another one. I was actually going to do this story yesterday, but was a little busy. The Americans who are currently in jail for supposedly smuggling a bunch of children across the border, or trying to, um, they're being charged with child kidnapping. 8 of them wrote a letter pleading for help. They slipped it to a journalist through the bars. Quote, "We fear for our lives here in Haiti," said the letter, which was signed by everyone in the church group except spokeswoman Laura Silsby and her close aide Carissa Coulter. The arrested Americans covertly passed the note to an NBC News producer during a jailhouse interview Saturday. Also written on the scrap of paper was, "Please, you must listen. We have no way to call. Court will not let us have a say with anything about trust for United States. We only came as volunteers. We had nothing to do with any documents, and we have been lied to." Here you can see it says, "Laura wants to control something. We believe lying. We're afraid." Laura would be, well, that comes up in a minute. An investigating judge charged the Americans on Thursday with kidnapping for trying to take 33 children across the border into the Dominican Republic on the 29th of January without documentation. The Baptist groups, most of whose members are from 2 Idaho churches, has said they were rescuing abandoned children and orphans from the nation. UNICEF says that 380,000 youngsters fit that description even before the quake happened. Silsby said she believed she had all the necessary documents to take the children, but details have emerged that may prove otherwise. The Dominican consul in Haiti said he warned Silsby her mission would be considered child trafficking if she lacked adoption papers signed by Haitian officials. The group's Haitian defense attorney, Edwin Koch, I hope it's Koch, said Silsby knew the group couldn't remove the youngsters without proper paperwork. He characterized the other 9 as unknowingly being caught up in actions they didn't understand. So Mr. Edwin Koch, he says that Laura Silsby, that'd be Laura, wants to control. Laura Silsby knew the group couldn't move the youngsters without the paperwork, but dragged the other 9 along, really. Koch has now been accused of trying to bribe the missionaries' way out of jail, and he's been fired. The attorney who hired him said Saturday night. Koch denied the allegation. He said 60,000, the 60 grand he requested from the Americans' families was his fee. Jorge Puello, the attorney in the neighboring Dominican Republic, retained by relatives of the 10 American missionaries after their arrest last week, told the AP that he fired Koch on Friday night. He had hired Koch to represent the detainees at Haitian legal proceedings. Koch orchestrated, quote, "some kind of extortion with government officials that would have led to the release of 9 of the 10 missionaries," Puello charged. Now, when in American history has something like this happened and we haven't allowed some sort of shifty extortion deal to go through, huh? Absolutely never. I think what it is they need to get our attention on this creepy note, and I think they're just using these people. They're using these 10 people as a backdrop to take your attention off of what's really going on. All the videos and all the things about HARP, I really haven't seen anybody, any of the elected United States officials really step up and say anything about Hugo Chavez's allegation that HARP caused everything that's going on in Haiti. I mean, he came right out and said it. Hugo Chavez, while some may not agree with him, he's doing what's right for his country, is what he believes. And he firmly believes that the United States has nothing to do with good for any country. That's why he called them out on that. And I think that maybe him pointing the finger in their direction has caused them a little bit of problems. They need something to take your mind off of it. And instead of looking at the HARP thing, you're going to be worrying about these assholes trying to smuggle children and all that. I don't even know what to say.
Cell in Port-au-Prince in a scribbled note. An NBC's Kerry Sanders joins us now from Haiti with the latest developments. Kerry, good evening.
Well, good evening, Lester. I visited the 10 missionaries in jail today, and the Haitian guards let us go right up to the bars and talk to them as long as we didn't have cameras this time. So we chatted with them. I was with an NBC producer. We chatted for about 10 minutes, and during our conversation, one of those slipped a revealing note to NBC producer Don Wood. The note, scribbled on a scrap of paper, says, "We fear for our lives here in Haiti. There is corruption and extortion." Then this, "Laura wants to control. We believe lying. We're afraid." Laura would be Laura Silsby, the spokesperson for the jailed Americans. She organized the trip to Haiti, had initially told government officials here she had permission, if not documents, to adopt 33 children in the wake of the earthquake. When I recently visited the 10 in jail, she was the only one to speak on their behalf.
You know, we don't have full details yet. We're waiting to know. All we know is that God is going to bring this to a positive closure, and we're just waiting for that answer.
Is there an apology to be made by you to this government?
No, we're meeting with the government officials and talking with them. Everything is going very well.
She has repeatedly said the group is trusting in God, as she did when I talked to her after a court hearing this week.
I feel good. I'm trusting God.
What is the outcome? Wait, what is the outcome? Can you tell us what the outcome is? A Haitian defense attorney hired to represent the 10 says he too believes 9 of the 10 missionaries had no idea what was going on, and that the adoption documents never existed. That scribbled note goes on to say, "Please, you must listen. We have no way to call. Court will not let us have a say with anything about Truth for Us. We only came as volunteers. We had nothing to do with any documents and have been lied to." The note has 8 of the 10 missionaries' names listed. Missing are Laura Silsby and her close aide Carissa Coulter. We contacted Laura Silsby's sister Kim Barton. She says, "I don't know what to say." We spoke to the family member of another name that is listed. They told us they have known for some time in Idaho about division within the group. Lester?
Kerry, I know when they were first taken into custody that U.S. representatives from the embassy were being allowed visits. Had those continued, or have they been halted?
They have had consular services. Even when they were in court, they have been advised on perhaps hiring a lawyer. They decided not to hire the lawyer that the consulate suggested they go with. They hired Edwin Koch, and we're hearing tonight on Monday the 10 may fire him and hire another attorney from the United States, Lester.
Extraordinary developments in this story. Kerry, thank you very much.
Incredible, isn't it? So this Laura Silsby, she's going to spit all this horse shit about God and blah, blah, blah. What I've noticed is every time something like this happens and you have somebody who's spitting all this God and Jesus and the Bible's going to save my ass and all that, they're usually very well understood that they're going to get away with whatever it is they're doing. They know. The other 9, they're probably going to get murdered in some way, shape, or form while they're in this Haitian jail. But Silsby, she's going to walk out of there with a cute little pardon from the Haitian government, get released directly into our government, and just go back to whatever horseshit job she was doing before this. She's probably some pencil pusher, some paper filer, and they just need, I mean, I can't say for sure. I know what I know is that anybody with a solid brain in their skull, they're not going to go in here and try to move 33 children across borders without adoption papers. They know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen, and I'm not involved in this in any which way. How does she not know? How does the other 9 not understand that you can't just take a bunch of fucking kids and leave the country with them? There has to be more to this. I just can't see what it is. They pulled the veil pretty tight over this one, and I'm just not able to get through it. I don't know. I mean, at least it's a Baptist group. It's not a bunch of crazy Catholics starting some goddamn crusade, at least, right? Oh, Jesus Christ.